Hey, gear fans. Where have I been? I just haven't felt like making videos. I mean, why lie? How come I haven't made any videos? I haven't felt like it. I always said from the beginning that I'm only doing this to play with gear on YouTube and try to make money. Try to make money. Try to monetize YouTube. That's what I'm working on. I have no faith that I'll ever see a dollar because I haven't. And that's what this is all about. So I just haven't felt like it. I'm hovering in the 700 some subscribers. And yeah, I'll get to the 1,000 subscribers, no problem. I could make a stupid video, and every time I make one video, I get one subscriber. So there's a video, there's a video, there's a video, there's a video, times every object in this room, and suddenly you're up to 1,000 subscribers. And then what? YouTube gives me $10 that I can't pull out because you have to get to us. I don't know. It's just, I'm just not motivated. And the Rumble thing is even worse. I've hooked up to the Rumble stuff and nothing's happening over there either. There's all these little, you've made 0.00 and you come back in 3 months and you've still made 0.0. And you're like, well, I don't know. I'm either not doing it right or whatever, but it's not obvious what I'm doing wrong. So let me get this guy to turn on. Anyway, so I'm back to make a video, but yeah, where have I been? Just no motivation. Just not motivated to do it. I start seeing some cash come in from YouTube. It'll be a different story. But I'm just going to log in here. Today we're going to talk about this big old boat, the Tascam Model 24, versus, say, a laptop and an interface, because I've gone back and forth and back and forth. If you watch the show, you know I've had every multi-tracker there is. Going back to the various Tascam, the Porta Studios, the Fostex, going back to cassette tape, going back to the Boss BR800, BR1600, the Roland VS2000, the Roll VS2480. What else do I have? The DP32, the DP24, the various Zoom 16, Zoom 24, Zoom R20, the Tascam Model 24. So I've had, you name a tracker, I've probably had it, even if I've only had it for a few days. I just booted my computer up. I should have made a note there. Look how fast my computer booted this day and age. I got, iLock. Screw you, iLock. I don't know what you want, but I don't care. Note to self, never buy anything with iLock. It's too stupid. But anyway, you see how fast my computer booted? They're not bad, right? I paid, I don't know, $300 for this. You can too right now, 300 Canadian. So that's like, what is that, 240 US or something? Like, you can, this is a refurb off Amazon. You can get them all day, and trust me, it's perfectly capable of all your audio. You could run 256 16-bit tracks simultaneously, and it will play them without hesitation when you press the space bar. You don't need a monster computer this day and age. But anyway, well, now that we're 3 minutes in and haven't talked about the topic, sorry about that. Where have I been? YouTube doesn't pay me, so I have no motivation to make these videos. But let's just do them for the fun of it. So, we're going to talk about Multitrackers versus DAW. So, this is what, my 7th Tascam Model 24. I wheel and deal, and I get them home, buy them, trade them, sell them, get another one home, got this one home. This one, I don't know if you can tell, it is brand new, mint. Absolutely brand new, mint. From Long and McQuaid, way up in near Toronto. Gave me a hell of a deal. Couldn't resist. No box, no manual, but whatever. I got the unit and the plug. That's all I need. I got it home. Had it home for I don't know, month and a half. Have not used it. There's just something about. I don't know. Is there something about sitting at this desk? I don't like sitting at the desk. I was thinking about moving to this little brown desk. This is my ghost hunting equipment. Believe it or not, you guys probably don't know I'm into ghost hunting. We do paranormal. You know, when the ghost guys go to people's houses and look for ghosts, that's what we do. Paranormal. I'm missing the word. It's late at night. I'm missing the word. Paranormal. The word's gone out of my brain. Anyway, this is my ghost hunting equipment. Hey, since we're so off topic, let's take a look at that real quick. Why not? And I can't find my tripod for my camera, so I'm one-handing this video right now. Yeah, so I'm probably going to get into this stuff for the channel. That's a K2 meter, which is supposed to be like your PK meter from Ghostbusters. Just a flashlight. We got a bunch of S box. So, and this is full of equipment as well. But yeah, quest for ghosts. That'll be my side channel. Maybe YouTube will pay me for that. But anyway, I was going to use this desk for recording on. Maybe if I hunch over this desk and I'm not sitting at this frickin' desk, maybe I'll get inspired. What do you get when you get a multi-tracker? Be it the Zoom R20, or this is the Tascam Model 24, or the Zoom L12, or the Zoom L20, which is a fantastic machine. What do you get? You get as many channels in as they give you. So the Tascam Model 24 gives you 16 channels in. It does not give you 16 mono channels. It gives you 12 mono channels and then starts to split them, which just my brain to this day, it just fries me that they did this. I cannot believe that. It just sucks so bad. I hate it. It should go 12 to 16 like the Zoom L20 does. I just hate these split stereo tracks with a passion. But anyway, what else do you get? You get EQ. Is it good? That's okay. You get some compression. Is it good? That's okay. Get some preamps. Are they good? Well, I don't know. I mean, they're shoving 16 of them in there. Times how much cost, right? They can't be that good, right? What else do you get? You get your volume control, your faders. You get a little bit of routing. Like on this machine, the bare minimum routing. You get a lot more routing on the Tascam Model 2400. You get some digital effects. Are they good? Well, geez, they better be. You can't do anything about it. A few reverbs there. Looks like 7 reverbs. And then some reverbs. Oh, no. Yeah, some more reverbs over here. So, geez, they better be good because you can't do a dang thing about it. You get a master out EQ. Like I said, a little routing. You get one headphone. That's what you get. That's what you get for 1,700-ish Canadian. That's 2,000 with tax. That's what you get. Now you can grab it and go. I find this machine a bit heavy. Not that, I mean, I lift weights. It's not, oh, I'm a little baby, I can't lift it. I just find it daunting, like, as opposed to what they can do with the Zoom L20, which is 8 pounds, whereas this one's, I don't know, 20-some pounds. The Zoom, you could literally, like, one hand. And then, you know, it's all done with this, and these little dudes here. I don't know if I have one handy, but everyone knows an SD card. You guys all know what an SD card looks like. They're the things that fit in these, you know. You guys know what an SD card looks like. Right here. And when I think about sitting in front of this machine and getting a song noodled down, or recording a song, or recording a band, you know what I think of? I think of the weird hesitation when I push these buttons with this transport control. So this is your bit of transport that you get, stop, play, record, that you would expect in any multi-tracker. And that's what I think of. I think it's sitting at this crappy desk in front of this machine and pressing these buttons. And when I press them, waiting, you know, a few seconds or a hesitation. Now, the faster the SD card you get, the better, you know, it does snap, but there is that, right? That you don't, I find, get with a $200 or $300 refurb computer with a solid state hard drive in it and, you know, 8 to 16 gigs of RAM, whatever I got in this. This is no hot rod, but trust me, it beats the hell out of this for engine. So, but anyway, multi-tracker, that's what you get. You get your ins, you get a bit of compression, you better like it because it's all you get. The EQ, you better like it because it's all you get. Better routing, little bit of routing that you can come back in. You're going to burn tracks to come back in because you got to come back in on tracks that you already, you know, aren't using. It's not like the computer where you could insert infinitely. So, you know, here's some outboard hardware. This bad boy cost me, I don't know, $1,300 Canadian. It's a nice LA2A clone by Warm, right? But I got one of them. The computer, you buy a nice $50 plug-in that does the same thing. Guess what? You can copy it 700 times. Do you need to? No. But you might need it 4 times, you know? So, anyway, that's what you get with a tracker. Trackers are fun. You pick them up, take them to your friend's house, sit them down on a desk like this, and start to go. Right? Like I said, I've had 7 of them. Got this home a month and a half ago. My brain cannot bring me to sit in front of it. I just, like I said, I think I sit in front of this desk on a chair. And the keyboard and mouse are not part of this, but it doesn't help but we'll get to that. And I think about this transport control that's slow and nothing gets done. I will say one other thing that I do like about this. My CD player and my record player hook through it nicely. And they're just always ready to go on this, what we call the useless channel. It's not so useless because you can hook your CD player and your record player to it. But other than that, this weird channel here, it doesn't have an XLR. It doesn't have the 1/4-inch lines you'd have to convert. So anyway, that's what you get with a multi-tracker. You know, most multi-trackers. The Zoom L20, in some respects you get a little more. In some respects you get a little less. The DP, the 24 DP and 32, like the Porta Studios by Tascam, you get a little more and you get a little less. The thing about the Porta Studios that Tascam puts out is they're an all-in-one, all in the box. All your effects are in there. Your mastering suite's in there. They really do want you to stay in the box and not go to a computer. This is a hybrid. It's not only a transport control recorder on board. It has no transport control to a DAW, but I mean, recording on board, multi-track recording on board, which very few units have. Very few. There's like this one and the Zooms. That's about it. But it's also an interface if you want it. So, what do you get when you go to the computer? Now I'm going to check my notes, which are over here. Let's talk about the turn-on speed. I used to argue, if I've got a quick idea, blip, turn it on, you wait 20 seconds, it's on, and you can either be playing through into your monitors, or at very least, or you could be recording. So you got that wake up from a dream idea, which just happened to me. I was just dreaming. I had a nap after supper today, and I was dreaming that I was watching this cool hippie documentary, and this hippie was on the side of the road with an acoustic guitar playing the coolest song you ever heard. And you know, if I could have woke up fast enough, I could have recorded that song. It wasn't mine. It come from Dreamland, but it would have been amazing to get that. I would have been a fraud if I could have got it down, because although it's not of this earth, that song, it wasn't mine either. But if I could have caught it down, I could have presented it as mine and go, look what Dreamland gave me. But anyway, those bits of inspiration you need quick. When you wake up from a dream or out of bed, like Paul McCartney said, he woke up and he did Yesterday, which was originally called Scrambled Eggs. He woke up out of bed going, and it's, you know, arguably the most recorded song in the history of modern music, right? It's Yesterday. And he got that, you know, I don't know how he kept it in his head, because it's not like he had a Tascam next door, but he must have went to the piano quick and did what he could, because back in those days it was even harder. They didn't even have cassettes back then, obviously. But anyway, you want to be able to get inspiration down very fast. Well, I used to argue the computer took 2 minutes to boot. Well, it doesn't anymore. With these solid state drives, these things boot in about, some of them 30 seconds, 50 seconds anyway. It takes you longer to get through the Microsoft frickin' spy on you interface, you know. What's your Hotmail? Well, I don't have a damn Hotmail. I got a password for my computer, but hey, you want to make a Hotmail for my computer? What are you, nuts? No, Bill Gates, I do not. Anyway, 30-second, 50-second boot into the computer now, so it's really not an excuse. I can be booted in 50 seconds and have Reaper open and a new session open, and this bad boy here, which is the interface I have here, my Focusrite is loaned out right now. I don't have my Focusrite at home. You can be up and running in a minute 10. If you lose that idea out of your brain in a minute 10, then it must not have been that hot of an idea. What else do we got? I'm going to go check my notes again here. The effects. Well, like I said over here on the multi-track, you get a little bit of compression and you get some EQ, and you better like it, because it's all you get. Now you can route out to other things, sure. I got some Neve EQ over here. I've got a compressor in there. effects come and go around here. I've got a Lexicon reverb. My freaking computer just fell asleep. That's a pet peeve. I'll have to change the power management and the screensaver on that. Got other effects over here too, where my synths live. The Behringer. Effects come and go around here. Also, you can, through the use of something like this radial reamper thing, you could bring all these pedals into the equation. You know, you just want to make sure that, where else we got pedals? We got pedals over here. You just want to make sure that they're a full frequency range pedal. Like you don't, you know, if the guitar pedal is only for a guitar, then you might not want to run your voice through it. But then again, maybe you do. But anyway, the Multitracker, you can output out these back here into other effects and then return them to another channel and record them. You can, but you can do that with your interface. Let me take this bad boy in a little bit. Right, this has got 4 outs on the back plus headphone. So this is the twin. It's got 2 inputs and 4 outputs plus the headphone. And then you can ADAT it to other devices, which I have 2 videos on, which is popular with some of you guys that want to know how to hook this to the Focusrite. I demonstrated how to do the Apollo Twin to the Focusrite and the Apollo 4X to the Focusrite. I have two videos that each describe that. But anyway, so the effects, so that's all you get, and you get these. You better like them because it's all you get. So are these better than the computer? No, how could they be? How could they be? This is just a little computer. This is just a little tiny computer. This is a real PC, personal computer, with universal audio plugins, Waves plugins, the plugins that Reaper comes with, any of the plugins you picked up along the way, and you guys have all been hoarding your plugins since the 90s. How can these effects be better than the wide world of plugins available on the internet? They can. Sorry, they just can. They can't be better. If you go through, what do they got out there? Softtube and Waves, and Universal Audio and FabFilter, like, these aren't better than these plugins. They just can't. They can't be. Are they good enough? Probably, especially for the music I make. But so the computer world wins the effects game. Let's see what else we got here. Number of inputs and outputs and number of tracks. Well, this big boy has a lot of inputs. You don't typically get that. Typically on a multi-tracker you get about 8. Typically on an interface you get about 8. The thing with the computer interface, like Reaper, the computer and Reaper, or the computer in Pro Tools, or the computer in Logic, or the computer in GarageBand, you can keep adding as you want. This multi-tracker is fixed. 16's all I ever get. If I dream of 24 or I dream of 32, it's not going to happen on this machine. Whereas the computer, yeah, you can keep stacking interfaces, especially with these new protocols out there. I'm at a loss for the name right now, but they're hooking things up via Ethernet now. Cambridge Audio, I believe, is doing that. Mo2, Mark the Unicorn, is doing that. So in terms of channel inputs and outputs, I think the computer wins if you're willing to stack the interfaces together, buy bigger interfaces, whereas the multi-track is fixed. What about number of tracks? Well, I mean, come on. The computer wins by a long shot. I can and have put 256 16-bit waves in Reaper, and this was 5 computers ago, 15 years ago. 256 tracks all the way across the bottom of Reaper. Hit spacebar and they played instantly. All of them. So, I mean, this machine is light years ahead of the machine I'm describing, in which I did the study with. Okay, media. As I said, the tracker here, it can go to the computer or it can go to them SD cards. Those SD cards can go bad if you look at them funny. I've literally put something like this, put data on it, put it in my pocket, walked across the street to another computer warehouse, took it out of my pocket, put it in another computer, and it was erased by the time I got there. I don't know why, but it went bad in my pocket within a half-kilometer walk from one office to another across the street. So you can never really trust these. Same with the SD cards. You can never really trust these. I'm sure you guys by now have come across the corruption that is these things. Now, do hard drives go bad? Sure they do. But not at the rate that these guys that we put in our pockets and put near speakers do, right? The hard drives. So somewhere in here there's an SD hard drive, probably one of them little slotty dudes. If you've seen the really slim, they look like a circuit board. That's probably what's in this. I haven't cracked this one. I don't think I've cracked this one open to find out. I just bought it off Amazon and fired it up and started recording on it. Pretty handy. All right, what are we talking about now? Talking about final mix down. Something like this or a 4-track or any other multi-tracker, you get a mix down, which means you get it the way you want it. There is no recall. So however I turn this stuff is how it is. You output it and you mix it down. You play and the other device records and you mix it down. Now we used to do that back in the day if we were on 1/4 inch tape or 1/2 inch tape. We'd be mixing down to DAT. Alesis DAT. Well, DAT is not a thing no more as far as I know. I don't think anybody's got a DAT player kicking around anymore that works. Who knows? Maybe they'll make their comeback. But anyway, you got to mix down to that. Well, the computer and Reaper, you just mix down right on your own computer. Like you don't need another device. You can... you literally just mix a stereo 16-bit 44.1 wave right here. You don't need any additional anything. So the computer wins there too. Now what do we got? We're looking at sample rates. Okay, so this one here, and every multi-tracker has its limitations of sample rates. So if we go song, and I want a new song, there's my sample rates: 44.1 16-bit, 44.1 24-bit, 48 24-bit, or 48 16-bit. So there's four things here: 44.1 16, 44.1 24, 48 16, 48 24. That's it. Those four. And I know the Zoom L20 is also limited. I think it may go higher. Does it have the 96? But anyway, your computer and Reaper can go way higher, guaranteed. Guaranteed. Whatever interface you got kicking, go way higher. If you like that, I tend to stick to 16, 44.1, but there's lots of guys swear by 48. There's guys that swear against 48, like big time producers who say mathematically the gleam off the sun on a Tuesday will affect 48 and that no people should be listening to 48. And then you go down the rabbit hole of, 440 was 440 hertz was put in by the Illuminati to put fluoride in our water. Like you could go down that rabbit hole, whether 48 is better than 44. And the 440 hertz thing, I'm not just kidding. There's a conspiracy theory about that, the elite didn't want our brains to work right. You can look into that. I'm not making that up. That's a thing. But anyway, also the 48 versus the 41, that's a thing. Producers will say, no, human brains should not listen to music that way. But anyway, big giant rant. Which is better, the computer or the multi-tracker? Well, let me tell you, I hate the keyboard, mouse, and computer, but I hate sitting in front of this, so I'm not happy either way. I don't know. Gone are the 90s where I used to sit in front of a 4-track and just be happy, just be content with what I have. Well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks, plus all this madness. So, I should just sit down and be happy, but I just can't get comfortable. What do you guys think? Do you like to record on the computer? Even if it is through this. You can use this recording through a computer. For me, it's overkill. I don't want it on my desk. Okay? If I'm going to record on the computer, like actually recording on the computer, then I ain't letting this hang around. I'm going to have a couple of Focusrites in the rack. I'll probably put them in a mobile rack. Something like, I don't know what I've got out right now. That's not really a mobile, but you get the point. Something like that, something I can grab. Where was I at? Yeah, if I'm going to record on the computer, well, then I ain't having this boat anchor on my desk. Now, if I'm not going to record on my computer, then this is the thing, and I'm going to pick it up and take it off of this business desk, and I'm just going to, put it on the floor like a hippie. I don't know. I can't get comfortable over here. But I would like to hear from you guys. Record on the computer or record in a multi-tracker? Mike from I Love Recording, I already know with you. You do great stuff on your multi-trackers. You don't like the computer, and I I get it. And also, hey, I haven't listened to your song yet. I'm sorry about that. I will. I just have not caught up. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to hear from you guys. Are we recording on our computers, which I already know 99% of you guys are, or are we making good arguments to be recording on our multi-trackers? Damn the computers. Let me know either way. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. Peace.